Afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie, and I'd like to welcome you to Craft Spot. I am here live in my craft studio in Wasaga Beach, Ontario, Canada, on this beautiful sunny day that has just been sort of mind-blowing, but it's a lovely day for sure. Not super warm. I don't know that it's even gone to zero, but that would be about as high as it's going today, which is kind of good because that's going to preserve the snow that we got yesterday. In the last 2 days, we have had 18 centimeters of snow on the mountain at Blue Mountain because they measure it all the time. And that's what the report says. So 18 centimeters, that's a lot for the end of March. And this morning, after receiving most of that yesterday, it was a powder day. There had to be a good 6 inches, at least 6 inches. It was way over the top of my boots, up my pants. Powder, powder, light, fluffy, poofy. My girlfriend said it's like skiing in butter, and it was super easy to ski through. It was not easy to ski because I am not used to skiing in powder, but I did it. I said, you know what? I'm actually feeling a little bit proud of myself because last season, if I'd gone out and done one run, the way it was first thing this morning, I would have said, well, that's been a good day. I will see you another time. Could you please groom this down to, you know, an inch, maybe an inch and a half? And but I persevered. I worked through it. I practiced all the things that people have been trying to teach me and all the training I've been doing this season. So, but oh my goodness, it's so different. It really wants to throw you back. And at one point, it's like, okay, I can feel my legs pressing on the back of my boots. Totally wrong. And I know that, the brain knows that, but the body, that's what the body wanted to do. So it took a lot of effort for me to get forward more. But for the most part, I did. I persevered. It turned out to be a beautiful day. The sun came out. The visibility at times first thing this morning was not stellar, I will tell you. But my girlfriend Tammy and I were sort of debating whether sometimes you are better to ski when you can't really see, either because the lighting is so bad or it's whiteout conditions or whatever, because we have both had instances where we have skied well. Maybe not spectacular, but certainly we have skied well when you couldn't really see, and we were going by just remembering to do the things we know we're supposed to do and going by feel and sort of letting your body work it out. So yeah, anyway. Hello, Lorna. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Anyway, it was an awesome morning on the ski hill, I have to say. And we finished with a Starbucks chai latte, sitting outside in the sun, watching people ski down the hill. It was glorious. It really was. And now the sun is still out and I'm in the craft studio. So, it's like it's the best of everything in my world. And I am so very grateful for all of it. So anyway, being in the craft studio now, why don't we do some crafting, shall we? I have today a fun fold to share. This comes courtesy of another demonstrator friend, my namesake, or I'm her namesake, she's my name. I don't know. Her name's Connie Stewart. So, Connie and Connie, it's all good, right? So this is the fun fold. And we can't we can't speak too loudly because this is for today's our month anniversary, and oh my goodness, my birthday was on Sunday and it's been all about me lately, and I completely forgot. And he rolled over in bed this morning and said, "Happy month anniversary, sweetie." I was like, oh yeah. Bing, got me. So I told him he was going to have to wait for his card till after I did my Facebook Live. So here we go. At least the card is made, but I haven't written in it yet. I figured you didn't want to see all of that. But here is the card. Isn't that like kind of fun? And the best part is it's not really difficult to make. So there we go. We are going to make this card. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to use the Wildly Flowering Designer Series paper, just a quick little peek there. We won't go through it. It's from the current annual catalog. So it's been out for quite a while. So you may actually have some in your stash. But if you don't, you may want to get some because it's lovely. But anyway, so piece of Designer Series paper, 6 3/4 by 8. That looks short for 8, but yes, I keep measuring it and it, it was 8 inches last time and look, it's still 8 inches. Go figure, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to cut your Designer Series paper and then you are going to turn it over and score it 2 3/4 and 2 3/4. Okay, so that we have 2 score lines and we have the small square in the top left corner of the inside. Okay, and then I am going to fold this on the score lines. I should have probably folded it this way first because I did score it. I scored it backwards, so as in on the side that would fold together like this, but I actually want it folded this way. But once you fold your score lines once with Designer Series paper, it's easy just to turn it over and score it the other way. This looks not quite square. Let me just make sure I have this as square as possible here. Okay, so now we have scored this. And then what we want to do is fold this down at this, where those 2 score lines meet. We're going to fold it down and you want this score line to match that score line and this score line, that score line. And then you will know that you have come across the correct amount and everything's in the correct place. And then it's going to give that a nice crease. So we have a diagonal fold for that. Okay, and then when you, how did this go? It worked so well the last time, so well in my sample. That is correct, isn't it? Yes, that's correct. Okay, so then there we go. You just have to get these guys. Oh, so maybe I must have fold it back. Because yes, okay, so there, I'm sorry. So we're going to fold these sides in, but then we're going to fold this side back. You're still going to match your score lines. But then when you bring these 2 points together, you get this. So there we go. Okay. So again, 6 3/4 by 8, score it 2 3/4 and 2 3/4. And then you're going to fold this in, fold this down, and then you're going to turn it over and fold this back. Okay. And it's really just to get these creases so that when you bring it forward, it makes that beautiful little diamond, and then that can go straight down. Okay, so that's the basic fold for the Designer Series paper. Okay, then I have a piece of cardstock that is 5.5 by 4 1/4 standard card base size. So I am just going to adhere that, kind of like those flowers. Oh, well, we got this. This is what we got. So when you are selecting your Designer Series paper for this, you do want to make sure that you like both sides, for one. And this does have an up and a down, so it works out okay. It stays the same direction as the outside piece. But on the outside, you do have an area, this area that is, so this is, if this is the bottom, this is the bottom, this is the top. So here's the top and it becomes the side. So it gets a little switched around. But with these flowers, they're all very random. So this one I figured would work, and I think that it does. So, but just be careful if you have a very up and down pattern. And we can take a look at this one. You can see on this one, if you look carefully, now a lot of it gets covered, but you can see that these planes are little stunt flying going on over here. But it's kind of minimal. You don't notice it a whole lot. So I figured it was okay. So there we go. But just something to think about, something to consider. Okay, and then we have a piece of cardstock that is 4¼ by 2¾ and so then this, of course, is 4 by 2½ and that is going to be our front piece. Okay, and we also have some inside pieces. So this is 5 by 3¾ and this is 4¾ by 3½ Okay, so all very standard layers. This is all just going to go into here. Okay, so we're just layering up this back piece. So we might as well put this down while we're here looking at it. Well, so it's an exciting time in the Stampin' Up! World in that the new annual catalog is coming. So demonstrators have been able to see that, and we're getting all excited about the wonderful things. We have been able to order some things on pre-order. And so I, of course, have done that. I didn't order a whole lot just yet. There is a sales challenge in April, so we're all kind of holding off till April, as difficult as it is, but we are trying to hold off until April and then do our pre-order then so that we can, have those sales count towards the incentive. So, piece of cardstock, 2½ by 2½, piece of designer series paper, 2¼ by 2¼ So these are both squares. So I did order the in color inks and some cardstock, just so I can start to play with those and have some things to share with people. And this is going to go right up into this corner here. Just a little extra accent piece. And this flower could really go probably a few ways, but I think I'm going to put him this way. There we go. And then I am going to bring in some things to stamp on here. I'm going to stamp a flower on here. So I have decided to use the textured floral stamp set because I thought these flowers coordinated really nicely with the flowers in the paper. And I am going to use Petunia Pop, which is the color of this cardstock, which is this little bit of, no, I'm sorry, it's not Petunia Pop, it's Moody Mauve. I'll be fine. So it's in here. And it's got a couple other little bits, but for the most part, it doesn't show a whole lot, but that's what I decided to use because it is in the paper. So now I just need to grab a little piece of scrap paper because Moody Mauve it's a fairly, I'll say intense. It's deep. I'm not sure what the right word is, but it's this color. So it's very intense. To me, it's an intense color as opposed to something lighter or I don't know. Anyway, it's a little dark, maybe. So anyway, I just want all about. So that's why I needed scrap paper. That was a lot of words just to say I need some scrap paper. Oh no, that's not really lovely, is it? Should we try that one again? I have extra basic white here too, if I need to cut another piece because yeah, it's just I don't know. It's not really is this going to okay, I'm just trying to see. Oh, so there's Donna. Hello, Donna, welcome. So maybe we'll try this once more. So I'm going to put my paper up here this time and stamp off on there, maybe a little bit lighter. I don't know. We'll see what we get this time. Yeah, it's not stellar, but the next plan is because I'm not actually, you know what? I'm wondering if I think there's kind of texture in this stamp. It is shaded, and I think it is, hi Donna. I think it is a little bit, and you probably can't see this on camera, but it does have, because it's called textured floral. I think that's partly why it has that look. I think I'm just going to come in here, color over it a little bit with my blender pen, which will just sort of smooth it out a tiny bit, fill it in a tiny bit. So it does still have the texture. We don't want to take that away completely. I just want it a little smoother looking, I think. So there we go. That actually looks a little bit, looks better. It still has texture, but it's a little bit smooth. Now I wasn't sure what to put in the center of this. I have this guy, and I'm thinking we can just come in and do this. Maybe. Yes, I think that works. Okay. And then I also have a leaf stamp. So bring in the Mossy Meadow, and the Mossy Meadow is the green that's over here for the leaf. Mossy Meadow and Early Espresso, but I didn't think I wanted the dark brown, but I think we're gonna come in here and I think this. Not entirely certain whether that's supposed to fit right in or not, but we're going to we're going to put it right in there. We're just gonna fit it in. Stamp that off. And then I'm just going to come right in here with this. Oh, I probably should have had that turned even more. Yes. I see it now. Go back over here. This, oh, I'm not sure. We'll just smack this down and see what it looks like. No, it doesn't look any better there. Clearly, I should have practiced this one, right? You know what? I think I'm gonna start this over. I'm gonna cut another piece. I did tell you I had weight here, and we have just some leaves on here. I wonder if I should try sticking the flower on top of that rather than. My girlfriend has used this, and I have used this, but not for a while. And I was looking at it, and I thought, oh, I don't really have time to play with this before I start stamping. So you know me, just wing it. It'll be fine, or you'll make it fine, or yeah. So we're gonna do what we can to make it fine. So need a piece that's 4 by 2.5. Let's just cut a new piece, shall we? Hope you weren't in a hurry today, because this just went into overtime. Okay, 4, 2.5. Okay, let's try some of this again, shall we? Now, the other thing we could do, oh, I should clean this because otherwise I will forget and then we'll have right on green ink. There we go. That's better. I also pulled out this. Maybe we'll just do a little bit of flowers all over the place here with this. Might be safer, right? And I could do full strength and stamped olive. That might be the better plan. Whoops. Clearly, this stamp could use a cleaning. So look, we're going to do this and this. Oh. So when you stamp off, or when you stamp, if you go over the edge of your paper, it doesn't use all the ink. You need to remember that. So over to the other side. Here we go. Let's try this once more. We're going to stay on the paper this time, so it all gets stamped. And then we're going to turn it and we're going to get it all stamped off. Okay, and then we will stamp this. Now, this is not going everywhere, but I'm not going to stamp that one again. I'm going to use this to stamp off. And then we'll come in here. This. And I'm just going to come in there. There, that kind of works, doesn't it? I think that's better than the other one. A little bit, you're probably going, why didn't she finish it? I could finish it actually, and then I could put the sentiment over top. Okay, maybe we'll do that, she says, changing her mind after she has cleaned the stamp. That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here. And then I'm going to come over here and over here. Am I in the camera? And I did not ink either of those, and I should have done something with that one. Oh. Okay, that one got a little messy, but I think it's okay because these are all kind of random. I had a piece of cardstock under there, so I had a ridge. Funny how paper doesn't like ridges. Twice we saw that. We knew it didn't like ridges. Okay, and now I'm looking at this going, should be just a little hint of color at the very top. So let's find this guy. I'm going to stamp him off. And then I'm just going to add that right there. There. Okay. Stop now. Quit while you're only this far behind, because I don't think I can say quit while you're ahead. I'm not sure I was there, but and then I have this little tiny, this is a little flower center. This little guy. I think I'm going to put him right in the middle of these flowers in mossy meadow. Hopefully it will look okay, because I don't want to have to again. There. Okay. That works. That is much nicer than that other flower. I don't know. It's sitting here now and I think, oh, it doesn't look that bad, but it's it's not quite right. It's I think it's, like impressionistic art or something, which I struggle with. But anyway, there we go. So if we do this in those colors, then we could do the sentiment. A lot of color going on, but it's all colors from here. So maybe we'll do the sentiment in Misty Moonlight and it will pull it all together, perhaps, she says, being hopeful. I'll stamp it in Misty Moonlight. And again, if it doesn't work, I have white paper here. This is the labeled with love punch that I have used. And this birthday wishes is from the Simply Said stamp set. Okay, is that birthday wishes? No. Okay. Hopefully that ties all the multitude of colors together so it looks cohesive and all. I probably should have done blue Misty Moonlight for the flower centers. But I did not, so we're gonna go with realistic colors. Purple and green. Colors found in nature in flowers. Put this on here. I actually really like how this turned out. I'm glad we redid that. Weird. It's like a hunk of adhesive sticking out. Okay. And then this piece is just going to get centered on here. Now, the tricky part, or not necessarily tricky part, but what you need to be aware of is you only want your adhesive in here, right? So just on this corner flap. Okay, so you want to be careful about where you put the sticky stuff. That's straight, that's straight. That right about there. And then see, oh, now look, this could dangle over. That might be kind of fun. Yes, no? Because now that I really like these flowers, I don't want to cover them all up. Maybe down here. It almost looks like it needs something though, doesn't it? Because it's white on white. So don't have a dauber here, but I should grab a dauber. Otherwise I'll make a mess. Wait a minute, what color is this? This is not Misty Moonlight. Do I have any Misty Moonlight sitting around? I don't think so. What I have over here, I have navy. It's not really what I want. I want Misty Moonlight. Might have to go grab a piece. I think I'm going to grab a piece because I think this needs a border. I shall return. It's still out on the counter from cutting this, so we're good. Okay, now will it fit here? Might need a handle, but oh, look. Let's see. Let's give it a go. See what we get. Oh, look at that. It worked. If it doesn't work though, use a post-it note to make a little handle. So then I think we will cut it. Where do we want this border? Oh, just like that. No. So I think I want it this way. Okay, we're going to cut it in half this way. You can cut it in half either direction. depending whether you want your border out the ends or out the top. Okay, and then I'm just going to put some adhesive on here and here. And then I'm going to set this down right about there. And right about there. Oop. Let's try, shall we? So it's straight. So tilting up now. Oh, goodness. It's got to be a better way to eyeball this. As my eyeballs are crooked. Oh, maybe it's because the bottom one is a little crooked. That's the problem. Pull him up a little bit. Okay, usually this works quite easily, but today is one of those days, I think. Okay, I think we're good. Dimensionals. We need dimensionals. Now, I think I may still dangle this. So I'm not going to go right to this edge with my dimensionals. I'm going to put one right there, just so I know to stop here. Just go right there. That should work. Okay, we'll put this, whoops, not on our desk. But right about there. Go, and then you have that. Now, I could add, oh, should I do it? Should I be brave? I should have done it before and I did not, but let's give it a go, shall we? I can always put another piece of white paper over top if I mess this up. Okay, wish me luck, ladies. Here we go. I want this right in the corner as much as I can get it, so I think I'm gonna go that way. So, ready? The big reveal. It's okay. We did not mess it up. Now, I guess I should put a green center in it too, should I? Do you think it matters? Where did we go? This. And I'm going to stamp this off because I don't want it overpowering anything. Right in there. There we go. I think that was probably a good add. You just see a tiny little bit of it, but that's okay. It's there when the card opens. So, okay. Now, just one final step, of course. I need to figure out what to put on here. What do we got going on? We've got Moody Mauve and Misty Moonlight and whoa. Those are pretty and they work. Okay, let's do this. This is adhesive backed pearl trio, and this is actually Petunia Pop, but I think it kind of coordinates with, because we've stamped off, we don't necessarily have the same colors going on, so I think it works. There we go. Okay. I don't this guy. I think. I think I have something in copper clay. that is not shiny. Oh, that is pecan pie. Let me see. Oh, here, what about these? Those are a little bit, not too much. Not too much for MSH. He's very forgiving of the bling. He knows. These, if you are wondering, are the Earth Tones Shimmer Gems. So they do shimmer. They're not super blingy, but do have some shimmer to them. Okay, good enough. Okay, so let me clear some of this stuff out of the way. And so once more, did you want to see that how this opens? It's not difficult to make once you kind of get the folds going on. Look, it just opens up. Kind of fun, eh? Something a little different for today. Thought I would share with you. Okay, let me just come back here. So there you have it. That is today's fun fold and something different for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I truly appreciate it. And I hope we can craft together again really soon. Tomorrow night, mystery stamping. It went out in my Sunday email, clue number 1. So if you have my Sunday email still, it is clue number 1. And if you don't have my Sunday email because you're not on my email list, sign up for my email list and then you will get clue number 1. But if you, well, I can watch for anybody signing up now and I will send it to you. I'll make sure you get it. Probably try to put it out on social media or something tomorrow. That's tomorrow evening starting at 7. It is on Zoom. So you will need the Zoom link, which was also in my Sunday email. Okay, take care, everyone. Have a fabulous evening. Enjoy the rest of this glorious day, and we'll see you all again really soon. Take care. Bye for now.